Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Road to GT Academy 2013. As you can see, this is episode 9, and on exercise and food. Now, these last 2 episodes of the first 10 are going to be on about outside sort of relevances and how they could affect you in Gran Turismo. So, after 10, there are more episodes planned, but if you've got any requests, feel free to post below. I have had requests in the past, so I'll be doing those as well. But yeah, this is all about exercise and food. Before I get going with the video, I wasn't sure what to post, sort of show with the video, whether to show some of the exercises that you could do, some of the food you could eat, but instead I thought I'd let you have a good look at a race, and then what I'll do at the end is I'll just put my exercise regime and some of the foods that sort of help me in general, really. So we'll just get this going. Now there's 4 of us racing in this race, just give you a heads up. There's me in the orange 207, there's Ghost in a white 207, someone called Lee in a yellow one, and Puds in a green one. So it's a colourful race, you can enjoy that while listening to me talk about sort of exercise and food. So why is exercise relevant? Well, first of all, it can help your mind. You know, if you've got a healthy body, you can think better, you can focus better, and that alone helps you in time trials and things like that. So that'll help you improve on times in time trials, help you in races and things like that. But with GT Academy, obviously it has a physical aspect as well. Now obviously you'd have seen some of the programs that I've posted on YouTube of the GT Academy, which, speaking of programs, it's being shown on ITV4 in the UK as well, starting from Monday next week, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, there's a physical aspect to GT Academy. Now, not all national finals have them, but you'll definitely do it at the Silverstone finals. But the UK one does have a physical aspect. Essentially, there was 4 exercises that they do. There was the bleep test, press ups, plank, and the sergeant jump. Sergeant jump is where you stretch out against the wall, mark where you can reach, and then try and jump as far past that as possible. And then the difference is sort of your ranking. There was then obviously press ups, how many you can do. On that, it's not just about how many you can do, it's about how determined you are to get that extra one. So, you know, you hit 50 and you are struggling like crazy. If you then go for a 51st and then 52nd, the judges like that, they give you extra points for stuff like that because it's showing real guts to go for that prize, you know, that racing seat in the Nissan 370Z. There was also obviously the plank, which is sort of the blag press up, but you stay in the position for as long as possible. And then you got the bleep test, which is running between 2 cones and you gradually get quicker. So level 1 is sort of like a very, very light jog, you can literally walk it. And then sort of like level 10 is where you're really running like really fast. And then I'm not sure what level the Marines go up to, I think it's like 15 or something. So obviously you can tell the fitness that you would need at that point to get to that level. So you would have to train for that if you really want to win the racing seat. You want to train early for that, and I did that last year, which is why I sort of know that I feel so much better in myself with thinking and having more focus just from the exercise. Now I haven't exercised much since Christmas, just because I'm getting back into work and stuff, and I did a lot of exercise at work. So if you do work and just like you work off and stuff like that, I'd recommend doing it because it's a good way to get exercise and, you know, keep fit. So what I'll do at the end of this video is I'll post what I do exercise wise, but I'll just explain a few things with that. Make sure you just do some cardio or something like that, but even if it's just 5 minutes doing press ups, as many as you can, something is better than nothing, as the person who sort of did the circuit training I do told us, which is true, because if you sat there doing nothing, you're not doing anything, are you? You're not going to improve anything. If you do just as many press ups as you can in 5 minutes, it's quite it's, you know, doing that constantly will improve your strength, you know, it'll improve your chest muscles, and that alone helps you. So you know, doing something is better than nothing. Try not to overwork yourself though as well, because that can be easily done. I've seen that before. You know, somebody trying to exercise like 4 times in a day, and it's not. You're going to ruin your muscles doing that. You know, just do like, I would say 3 times a week. You know, 4 times a week exercise. That's good enough to train up. Now that's exercise. Obviously, you've also have food. Now food's a little different. When I say food as well, I mean food and drink. So, first of all, water. I used to not drink water that much, but now I could drink 3 litres in a day quite happily. It helps clear the mind, and because you're hydrated more and you feel more hydrated, you can focus a lot more. Now, I've talked about focus already with exercise, but it's again with water. You know, if you're focused, you can pick out key spots, or like braking points, acceleration points. You got more focus with what your foot's doing, your steering inputs into the car, and all that will give you improved times. So you know, drink lots of water. Even if you just drink 1 litre addition in a day now, and then build yourself up, it's well worth it, and you'll start feeling better and seeing improvements, and just things like that. Obviously, eating healthy in general is very useful. So sort of salads, fruit. You know, you don't have to cut out sugar and stuff like that. I mean, I still have a can of Coke every now and then, chocolate bars and stuff like that. It's very nice. But, you know, eating healthily will help you. Now, obviously with exercise and food sort of going hand in hand with each other, you also need, if you're going to take it a bit more serious with exercise, just a bit more protein in your diet. So try and have a bit more sort of meat and things like that. So fish is good, tuna is very good. Obviously if you're going to get really serious about it, then you're going to have to start looking into sort of nutritional things like that, and protein shakes and stuff. But I wouldn't go into that really, you know, just simply just eat healthily and you'll see an improvement in yourself, in your driving and in your focus and mind. So again, after the exercise routine, I'll show the sort of food that that have helped me most really, and you're gonna laugh at some of the stuff. I've only put like 5 things or 6 things down, but you'll instantly say typical English person or something like that if you're from abroad. But that's the exercise and food in general. Now I'll let this race finish, and then we'll go over sort of the exercise routine that I've put together, and I recommend that you sort of follow something similar. Build yourself sort of a little routine where you're not forcing yourself to do exercise. It's become part of your routine and you're sort of happy to do it and things like that. Because like, if you can find something you enjoy, then you'd want to do it more than something you're sort of trying to do just from annoyance and trying to improve yourself. And if you're doing it just because of that, you generally will give up quicker. We'll just watch the end of this race now. As you can see, it's pretty close. There's Ghost, there's Puds, and then there's me. It's a good race. Obviously, it's been close all the way through. I believe we're probably coming up to the last lap now, so we'll just give this a nice good watch for the finish. A few things on the videos coming up actually while we watch the end of this. As I said, there's more episodes coming up with that. My track guides, they were going to come out on Friday, but my wheel sort of broke, so I am going to get a new wheel this week, which is also a good time really with the new equipment thing coming out. I'll show you all the stuff I've used in the past and what I'll be using for the future. I did post the challenge last week where I mentioned about, you know, what can you do in 5 laps. A few of you posted, which is awesome, what you could do. And then I posted my actual lap time as well that I did for the competition, which was done after about 20 laps ish. I did like 15 and then restarted the challenge because I hit a wall and that ghost was annoying me, so I restarted it, and then as you saw if you watched that replay, lap 3 I then got the 129.1. I'll sort of try and upload as many sort of time trials and stuff like that, so you can see that I'm still using the techniques I've told you guys. and I'm also going to be uploading a racing series, which will be in about 3 weeks or so. So we're about to go and see the exercise routine now, and here it is. So hopefully you enjoyed that race, and as I said, some of the videos will be coming on, and you'll see the equipment one on the next week's episode with the new stuff, hopefully. But here's my exercise routine. On Mondays I've always had a rest because I don't know, I find after work on a Mondays, obviously I've had the weekend off, I'm rather tired and it's a bit annoying to do exercise. I've always had Mondays off. Tuesdays is circuit training for me, but I've always said cardio or something if you can do. Wednesday, rest, mainly because of that. Circuits was a killer because you're using all sorts of muscles, but a good rest anyway. And then Thursday, football, that's for me, cardio again. See, I play football at work, circuit training was at work. You know, I sort of try and get involved with the sports that happens with work and the staff. Friday is muscle work. So I mentioned about doing press-ups and sit-ups. I've bought a weight set for like £30 and I use that. It's, you know, it's something that just helps me in general. Saturday, cardio again, so you could go for a run or something like that, and then Sunday, same muscle work. Now I have also put the muscle work routine in there as well, so it's sort of, this is what I do basically, and you sort of build yourself up. Obviously not huge weights, I'm not a massive person, I'm not super strong or anything like that, but I just, this is what I do at the moment. So 7.5 kilo bicep curls, 4.5 kilo shoulder press. You're probably wondering about these weird weights in that 7.5, 4.5. I've got 2 sets of weights, and I really can't be bothered changing the weights over. So 7.5 for those and 4.5 for those. And if you can do, it's 3 sets of 15 reps with a 30-second rest in between each set of 15 reps. So you do 15 bicep curls, rest for 30 seconds, 15, rest, 15. Now you want to be able to not be able to do the last 15, because that way you're building yourself up. When you can do that last 15, maybe do that for that specific week, and then build up your weights, so then go up to, I don't know, 8, 9, whatever your increase is. So then we've got shoulder press. Now you can Google all these. Tricep kickbacks, bench press with the dumbbells, the squats, and then the 1-arm row. So they sort of work areas of muscles that I just wanted to focus on at the time. Obviously this could be a useless exercise routine, I'm not an exercise guru or anything, but this is just what I do. And then I do at the end sort of press ups as many as I can, and then sit ups as many as I can. Now that's the sort of weight routine. Feel free to copy that. You know, if anyone's got any recommendations for myself, feel free to post them, because as I said, I'm not an exercise guru. Now I mentioned food as well, so the food is now going to come after this, and there we go. So you're going to laugh at this instantly. Water, obviously, as I said, it keeps you hydrated and it clears the mind, gives you focus. Tea, now you're all going to start laughing at that one, but caffeine does help you focus. Now with cups of tea, I find that the mixture of water and caffeine is because caffeine requires water to work, so if you have sort of loads of caffeine and no water, you'll get dehydrated very quickly and not focus. If you have water with caffeine, i.e. tea, it helps you build your focus. So weirdly I do actually have a cup of tea before I start a time trial or something like that, just because it just helps me, and during the time trial I will see myself focusing more and more up. Then as I mentioned earlier, I've got meat in there as food, because we all love chicken and stuff like that, but obviously the protein helps with the exercise. Fruit and salads, rice gives you lots of energy, and peanut butter. This helps me just because it has a bit of protein in because of the nuts, but it's always good to get a good night's sleep, and peanut butter does that. You could be surprised, but if you Google it, because I used to struggle to sleep quite a lot, peanut butter has got some chemicals in which releases the sleep chemicals, which will then get you fast asleep essentially. So that's the sort of food and drink and the exercise routine, feel free to use any of that. Obviously, I've posted it there if you want to use that. And that's sort of the relevance of exercise and basically food and drink. Obviously it's not a huge factor, obviously more factor on your technique with driving, but every little helps, doesn't it really? So feel free to use any of that, obviously. The next episode is on equipment, which is probably going to be a big one for a lot of you, because I do get quite a lot of messages about what I use for my setups. Obviously, if some of you have been following my videos from the very beginning, I used to be a control player, then I went to a G25, then DFGT, and then my new wheel, which will be revealed in the next video. So it might be a bit later than the next video, just because of that. I need to make sure it arrives, but it should be a good one. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Any questions, feel free to post below, as always. If you want any of sort of my beep tests, because I know what I can do in a beep test, I know what I can do plank wise, press ups. If you want any of those answers, feel free to ask below and I'll put them in or whatever. Give you a target to get to. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you very much.